Hey, Adam here from Aerial Motion Photography, and in this video I want to share something that's very important. It's something you can build that can help get your drone out of a tree. If you're anything like me, you've probably crashed your drone into a tree, and it's one of those things where it can be very tough to get out. You might be able to climb it if it's a small tree or shake it, and hopefully that'll wiggle the branches, but there are other times where drastic measures need to be taken, and that's what happened. You've crashed your drone into a tree. I've done it a couple times when I was learning, and then more recently 4 or 5 days ago, and I was concentrating too much on the screen when I was flying, and I just backed the drone in right into the top of a very tall tree. The crazy thing about this time was the tree had so many leaves and branches that I knew the drone crashed in the tree, but for the life of me, I could not find the drone. That's how full this tree was. And the only thing I had was to look through the camera, and I was trying to see what the drone was pointing at, and then to see if that would help me know where it was. All you can see is just branches and leaves, so that wasn't much help. After 15-20 minutes, the drone ran out of battery. I tried to relaunch it and see if I could just weed whack its way out, but since it was on an angle, it wouldn't take off. It just said drone's not on a level surface. I went home and I had to go get some binoculars, and it took a lot of searching. And for the first day, I wasn't even 100% sure that that was the drone, but I saw a little flicker in the light and I just had a good feeling, okay, I think the drone's up there. Then I went onto YouTube and I typed in how to get drone out of tree. And the first video that came up was from US Water Rockets. And they showed what you can build to help get your drone out of a tree. And it was basically a rocket launcher slingshot cannon where you tie the arrow onto a fishing reel and you shoot the arrow through the air and you hope to get it close to the drone, and that will pull the line through the tree and help you shake the tree to get the drone out. And when I saw that, I was like, boom, sold. Can't wait. So I bought half the stuff from Lowe's and the other stuff from Walmart. So what you need is PVC pipe for the cannon, a dowel for the rocket. You're going to need surgical tubing, and that's going to be for the slingshot. A fishing reel, and that's what you're going to tie the arrow to. You're going to need a lot of tape, some super strong fishing line, and also rope or string. And let me show you how to build this. I'm going to put a link to their video, and I'd recommend you guys checking it out, and I think I might even put the link up here too. And I want to give all the credit to them. I built it using their steps, but I want to show you what I did, and let's get started. To build the rocket launcher, you want the launcher to be about 3 feet. So I'm going to mark it right here before I take it to the table saw. When cutting PVC, I recommend to go slow and to roll the pipe as it goes through the table saw. This will ensure a straight cut along with being safe. Slow and steady is the best way. Hold your fingers away from the blade and everything will be fine. Alright, to build the rockets, you want them to be about 2 feet in length. Here I am building a few extra just in case something gets lost, breaks. I don't want to have to go back home to make some more rockets. So I'm marking it at 2 foot. And just like with the PVC pipe, you want to go slow and steady. These dowels are weak, and if you push too hard, they'll easily snap. The surgical tubing should be about 2 feet long, so I'm going to mark it right there and cut it. Now that we have the pieces built, it's ready to start putting them together to build the rocket launcher. And you're going to take the electrical tape and you're going to tape it around and around, and that's what's going to build the slingshot to shoot the arrow. The tip that they showed was to take the middle of the surgical tubing and just tape it to the bottom of the pipe, just like that. And that'll just help you hold it, and it will show you where to tape it and keep everything straight. So we have it like that. And this is just going to take a ton of tape. So you want to go about a foot away, I'd say, from the edge. And you just tape it around and around. And you want it to be really, really tight, because this is where all the pressure is going to be, and you want to be able to launch that rocket, and you don't want it to fail. Once you have that down, you can cut the tape. And then once you have it taped, you're going to want to fold these extra ears down like this. And you're going to tape it just how you tape the other two. The next step is to attach the reel to the rocket launcher. And if you're doing this with a partner, it's a lot easier if someone can just hold it like this. But if you're doing it by yourself, what I figured out is if you just take the edge of the reel and stick it underneath the tape for the tubing, it'll help kind of hold it, so it'll let you get started. And just like we did with the surgical tubing, we're going to use a lot of electrical tape and make sure that this thing stays put and secure. You're going to want to wrap it, make an X with the tape, so go on the bottom of it, then back up just to get a good foundation. I'm putting a lot of pressure. Electrical tape is stretchy, and I'm just going to keep going around and around until I feel like it's secure enough where I can reel in something and it's not going to fly off. Now that we have our rocket launcher built, we want to attach our rocket to the fishing line. In the US water rockets, they recommended putting some weight at the end, and that will help give the rocket some weight, and that will help it fly better. Now that we have the weight on the tip, the next step is to attach the rocket to the string. And just like that, at the very bottom, you just want to tape around it. And it doesn't take much pressure. You're just trying to get the fishing line to stay to the rocket. Now that we have the fishing line attached to the rocket, we're going to put it in the rocket launcher. We're going to slide it in there and have it come all the way to the bottom. And just like a slingshot, you're going to put the tip of the arrow into the surgical tubing, and you're going to pull it, and that's what you're going to do to get the most power. Lastly, what the goal is, it's just to get the rocket over and actually to just set the fishing line on the tree. Then you're going to take the line off of the rocket and you're going to attach it to a stronger type of line. So I have this yellow line right here, and I'm just going to take some tape and tape it together. And you just tape it together like this. Once you have it taped together, now you're going to pull the line back through the tree, and that's going to lace it up with this thicker rope. Once you get the rope all the way to the other side, since it's stronger, you're going to be able to kind of have a lot more leverage and strength, and the goal is to shake the drone out of the tree. Having a partner when doing this is really helpful, but you still can do it yourself. You just might not have as much leverage and strength as if you had someone on either side. Or you can actually go around the tree and tie it. I want to give you a real-world step-by-step demonstration from the first step all the way to getting your drone out of the tree. When I get to the park, I like to lay out all my materials. You'll see I have my rocket, tape, string, rope. What I'm doing right now is I'm attaching the fishing line to the bottom of the rocket. You don't need to put it on there too tightly. What needs to happen is just to make sure when you shoot the rocket that the fishing line stays attached. Now that it's on there and secure, we can load the rocket into the rocket launcher. Easily put the rocket into the barrel and let it slide back. It'll go until it hits the surgical tubing, and there it is, locked and loaded, ready to fly. To launch the rocket, aim the rocket launcher at the area you want to shoot it, pull back on the surgical tubing, and let it fly. I recommend aiming higher than you think because it's easier to shoot a rainbow trajectory than a line drive. Once the rocket has launched successfully over the tree, bring that rope or string that you have with you, walk to where the rocket has landed. You're going to take the tape off, and what we're going to do is tie the rope and the fishing line together. This is the final step before we start tugging. Pull the fishing line back through the tree from the original way that you shot it. That's going to lace the line through the branches. Now that the rope is through the tree, we get to have a little bit more fun. We're going to yank, wiggle, pull, and tug as hard as we can, and we're going to try to get the drone dislodged from the branches and to fall out of the tree. It may take a couple times, it could take all day, but with these steps, you should be able to get your drone out of the tree. And I want to give another shout out to US Water Rockets. They're the ones that posted this video on how to make this drone retrieval unit. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and check those bell notifications to be notified when I upload my newest videos. Leave a comment down below. Have you crashed your drone into a tree, or do you have any cool stories? Let me know. As always, my name's Adam, and I'm from Aerial Motion Photography. I'd like to say fly safe, take care, peace.